right, Shalom. Mr. Brother from GMS New Orleans, I commit you with another live lesson. As always, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Ba'Dash. The honors once again to the elders apostles of GMS. Peace, blessings, and salutations again to the hopeful elect. All right. I got this quick lesson, going into how this world promotes lust. All right. Ultimately, sin. I'm trying to think of a name, a title, but it is what it is. But this present world, this present system that we under, all right, which is a demonic system, all right, a very filthy system that we under, this beast system under the rulership of Esau Edom. All right, it's not predicated on righteousness. It's not. It don't produce life. It doesn't produce anything good. All right, and this current system, all right, that's really powering and governing the world, pushes wickedness, man, lust, pride. All right, ultimately disobedience of the Most High. All right. Now the first scripture I want to go to was in the book of James. All right, James 4:4. It says, "You adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?" All right, and you best believe, all right, the friendship of this world is definitely enmity with the Most High. The Most High, all right, calls us to be separate. And I'm gonna get that in a minute. He calls us to be separate from out of this world, all right, not to be with this world. This world, like I said, it promotes death. All right, it pollutes you, ultimately destroys you in the end, right? But it says, know ye not that your friendship of the world, the friendship of the world, is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High. All right, you can't be playing the fence. You can't be, all right, 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door, as they say. All right, you're called in this truth, all right, unto life, to make a full-fledged, all right, decision on choosing life, choosing this truth, all right, and not the world. All right, this world takes you, like I said, this world ultimately takes you away from the Most High, distances you from the Most High, all right? You be, really under the vibration of Satan, and you get that. I'll get that in a minute, all right? Let me get this other one real fast that I think of. Also, and like I say, being once in the world, we seen what that was about, all right? And as you begin to travel and have your journey in this truth, however that may be and how long it may be, you see that this world is off, man. It's off totally contrary to what the Bible says. That where the Israelites, I'm gonna say that, where the Israelites should be and how they should be living. All right, for the dietary laws, for just life in general, living day to day. You see that once you begin to, all right, do the Most High's will and travel in His word, and ultimately be around other like-minded men, you see how far this world have gone, man. All right, all you see on TV is more action. All right, all you see is filth. All you see is the world is totally off. All right, it's polluted. Everything down from the mindset of the people down to the food, down to the all right, the water we drink, man. Everything is gone, man. But this is Romans. Where I'm at. I should have got Romans 12:2. It says, "And be not conformed to this world." Out the gate, be not conformed to this world. All right, like it says over there, do not copy the behavior and customs of this world in the NLT. Right, you shouldn't be, all right, copying and mimicking what the world does. This world, especially in the J community, man. All right, what they call black culture, and it's definitely black. It's definitely dark and demonic. You shouldn't be after the culture, all right, in the J community, the culture of America. All right, this is a satanic place, man, and it produces nothing but demonic people. All right, people that are far from, all right, coming back to the nationality as far as Jakes, because we only out there for Jakes, all right? The Israelite, we're the elect, I'm going to say that. Not for every Israelite either, man. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be be ye transformed by the renewing of your minds. And how you renew your mind? Following after this truth, all right? Dealing and striving to keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, man. All right? Seeking after Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right? In the knowledge of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That will make you transform. That renews your mind, man. What cleanses you too. All right? That you may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. You see? That's what brings you back. That's what guides you and keep you on the right track, man. This word, nothing else. All right. This world have you going off, man. This world will have you doing some strange things, man. All right, being in all type of different cultures and religions, which is off, man. But this is the one I really wanted. Okay, let me get it. Let me go get it right here. Because like I said, we was once under that vibration, but the Lord took us from the hands of the spiritual demon Satan, and basically took that veil off us, and revealed it unto us who His Son is, who He is, and ultimately it's true. All right, this is a gift. This is what grace is, man. And I'm gonna do a quick lesson on that too. All right, but this is Ephesians chapter 2. I'm gonna start at 2. It says, wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world. At one time we was in that in the world, doing all the things of the manners of the world. And all right, some brothers was in, heavily, and we didn't know. A lot of us didn't know that we was when a girl has a guy and you still pursuing her, that's adultery. We was eating all sorts of manner of things that we shouldn't eat. We had a how can you say it? A nigga mentality, man. Smoking, doing drugs, doing all sorts of things that the world would do. But it goes on to say, wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world, which we did. All right, according to the prince of the power. All right, which is the spiritual demon Satan, man. Which he had us he had us at one time, man. All right, but through the grace and the power of Yahweh Shai, the Lord released us from all right, released us from all that. All right, and gave us, all right, Yahweh Shai. And it says, the prince of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, which is that ultimately, all right, that same spirit is on 2/3. All right, they're the children of disobedience. Those are the children on this side that's not going to come back to Yahweh Shai, man. Ultimately, it's going to be destroyed. Ultimately, it's going to be put to death, all right, on this side, all right? But they will be brought back in the kingdom of heaven, all right? But on this side, they're not going to make it, according to Zechariah, all right, the 13th chapter. But it goes on to say, this the part right here, it says, among whom also we all have our conversations in times past in the lusts of our flesh, fulfilling the desire of the flesh. You see, that's in times past. All right, while we were going off, man, we were seeking after our flesh, seeking after the manner of this world, man. All right, fulfilling the desire of the flesh and of the mind, and where by nature the children of wrath, even as others. All right, and this the point. It says, but the Most High, who is rich in mercy, which He is, man, and to be woken into this truth, to follow after Yahweh Shai, do this work, being within the ministry, that's mercy, man. To be put back in your right mind, to understand who you are and who your power is, that's mercy, man. It says, for this great love wherewith he loved us. All right. It says, even when we were dead in sins, he quickened us together with Hamashiach. By grace, ye are saved. And we know grace was given to who ultimately, man? The Israelites. The elect. Grace was given to the elect, man. I'm going to say that. Okay? Grace was ultimately given to the elect. Because ultimately we know, all right, it was predestined for the elect to get it. All right? That's grace in itself. All right? That's grace in itself. Because ultimately, like I said, as we keep going on, we'll find out that this world, this fashion, this world gonna pass away, man. So why be in this world? All right. When this world promotes debt, all right, it promotes ultimately sin. All right. I had more. Okay, but like I say, I want to go. Let me see. Yeah, I want to go right here too, which is Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. All right. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and desire the other. Ye cannot serve the Most High and Mammon. All right. So and we notice, man, you have to ultimately pick a side, man. Either you with your Habashan Shai, or you with the world, man. All right. You can't serve two masters, man. You have to pick one. Either you fully in with this thing, or you fully in with the world, man. All right. And to be fully in with the world, it ultimately is debt. All right. Ultimately, it's debt. Cause it's just common sense, man. You can't serve both righteousness and have the desire for the world. You know, the two are gonna conflict with each other, man. All right. All right, but ultimately, the Most High has basically commanded us to come out of these worldly ways and live holy, man, and live separate from this world. All right, let me get that too. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, and I'm gonna go down to 17. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, said the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. All right. But he called us to be ye separate from the world. All right. Which ultimately is being holy, man. Which made me think about that Psalms 1:1. I believe it's 1:1. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. And the counsel of the ungodly is with the world. All right, you have to come from out. You have to come from out of that, man. All right, you have to ultimately be all the way with this, all the way with the world. All right, you can't, like I said, you can't do both. It makes me think about that old scene from, I forgot the guy's name, from The Matrix. And the guy, he was longing for the world, man. He had a strong desire to go back into the world, to actually have the desires for the world. And he said, what? He said, man, I know the stake is fake, but he still longed for it, man. And ultimately, like I say, that's a lot of jakes. A lot of jakes come in and they miss those things of the world. You have to discipline yourself in this thing to not give a damn, to not miss the world. To ultimately, you love this, because if you gotta position yourself too to constantly be around men of the Lord, be around the ministry, because that's what builds your faith. That's what builds you up. Constantly walking after your Habashan Shai, man, and constantly in the mix, all right, of like-minded men. If you're constantly around, all right, 2/3 and guys, doing whatever manner of the world, you're gonna be taken by that same thing, man. So you have to pick. So with that, I had more, but I'm gonna end it right here. I'm kind of waiting on a call or whatnot. So I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna give all praises, glory, infinite honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Kakadash. Double honors once again to the elders apostles of GMS. Peace, blessings, and salutations again to the whole.